תקצוק מסורת המקרא, פרשת ואתחנן 9, פרק ה', פסוק כ"ב, כל אלוקים חיים. Elokim Hayim. The Ben Ezra writes the following. Lashon Rabim. The word Elokim is in the plural. He says, because we've seen, and he writes this based on, in Bereshit, right at the beginning of his Perush, he writes, Hashem Atzanu Elok, and the word Wa. In other words, in the singular, we find Elo, and then followed with a He in the singular. He says, Yadanu ki Elokim lashon rabim. Elokim is in the plural. So you have the singular and the plural in the Torah. So here he writes Elokim Hayim because he says, there's in every, and over there he explains it, in every language there's a form for honorable people. Certain things that, lashon kavod, you express individuals, you approach them with dignity and honor. In Hebrew and in other languages too, in Arabic, they do things bilashon rabim. So you talk to honorable individuals and honorable things, like for in this case God. You talk normally in the plural, Elokim. Very seldom do we approach Hakadosh Baruch Hu, Elo, and then Wa as an individual, as a singular. Now he says, why did he add the adjective Hayim next to Elokim? And he says the following. He says, V'tam Hayim, the reason in the Pasuk is Hayim al da'ati, according to his thought, it's lehafrish ben Elokim uven hatzava, ki lo yitnoa hu me'asmo. He says, in order to distinguish between God himself and the tzava Elokim, who are the army of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Malachim. And then sometimes Tzeva Shamayim is also referenced to the constellations. In other words, everybody who is under the rule of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they don't move. Nobody does anything on their own. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does everything to them. They don't move. They're absolutely in place unless HaKadosh Baruch Hu moves them. So, but here, Elokim Hayim, in order to distinguish, God is Hayim. He's alive. He moves. He does everything all on his own. And he's alive. He's not just a body that has to be moved or inspired by HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. Therefore, in order to distinguish between the tzeva HaKadosh Baruch Hu, tzeva Shamayim, then he added the word Hayim here, according to the Ben Ezra, to show the distinction that God is, of course, omnipotent and he can do whatever he likes anytime.